with Kathy Latham and Max Lofgren. Kathy, you came involved with this car through a air race out of all places. Tell us about that story.
Well, my husband's always fascinated with power, as you all know, Bob Latham, and he likes anything fast, and his dream would have been to fly a fighter pilot plane one day. So he always wanted to watch the Reno air races. So for his birthday 5 years ago, I got tickets and surprised him, and we flew out there. And if you've ever been to an air race, they're wonderful, but they're kind of like offshore races. You're not real sure where everybody's at. So I watched the loop, and I got bored, and I said, oh, look at all those vendors. So I went out and started to walk around, and I came across Max, who was on the military side of the Reno Air Show. And I observed him for a few minutes, and my heart just said, my gosh, this is phenomenal. And my father and my father-in-law were also World War II veterans. But I also grew up during the Vietnam War era, and fortunately, my brothers and sisters bypassed that war. My one brother was in service, but not in Vietnam. But Max has done such a wonderful thing with this car, keeping alive the memory of these gentlemen. These are only the guys that were either POWs or missing in action, not killed in action. That's the wall in Washington, D.C. Max is from Willows, California. I got to talk to him at the show that day after I watched him work feverishly. He's a one-man operation, and most everybody that helps him are volunteers and or veterans themselves.
Max, I spent 4 years flying in and out of Vietnam, as most of our viewers know. What did you do in Vietnam, and tell us how you got involved with this particular automobile?
Hi. I served with the AmeriCal Division in Vietnam 1969-1970. I was an infantry soldier, 11 Bravo. Guys will know what that is. But I made it home. I had a couple slow badges, my Purple Hearts, but you know, I always wondered why we didn't bring everybody home and what can we do about it. Most of my friends are veterans, and with the fire department, there's a real bond there as well. So anyway, I made it home, and the veterans I hung out with, we wanted to do something positive. And we realized that a race car or a show car is a real neutral medium for people. It naturally will draw them in, just like a lot of the boats here and the products that Latham Marine makes. It's just a natural draw. So we found this vehicle that had been abandoned, and we wanted to restore it and honor the prisoners of war and missing in action and their families. I was able to come home. My family has some closure. They knew that I made it back safe. Well, the families of these guys and gals on the car, they don't have that. They haven't had that honor yet to be with these brave Americans. So we contacted the National League of Families, the POW Network, let them know who we were and what we do, and they were happy that we would do something like this. None of us really realized the impact that the car would have.
Well, I think the Americans owe you a heartfelt gratitude for what you've done for the POWs and the MIAs. It's really difficult for myself to go to the wall. I've never been able to go, but I can look at this, and this brings back some fond memories of the stuff I had, not the ones that were deceased and carried on, even though most of these here are deceased and have moved on to the next life. Again, Max, thank you very much for all your help for supporting the POWs and MIAs. And Kathy, it is really fantastic that you got involved, brought this thing to the Miami show so the people here on this part of the country can see what Max is doing with his operation and bringing awareness.
I'd like to thank also all of my employees and customers who've allowed us through the years, and their dedication to our products and the loyalty that they've shown to Latham Marine that has provided us with the ability to do this and give it back to the people as well. It means something tremendously to me and my husband and our employees that we're able to do this. It's a love of ours, and God bless America.
God bless America. Amen.